Man, I'm not doing well at all. I'm broke, man. I was driving here, and my gas tank was on E. And I was just hoping that E stood for enough to get the bridges. You know what I mean? It's rough, man. I'm having a bad week. My girlfriend left me. Yeah. She left me apparently because I don't have enough game, you know? It's devastating. She saw my phone, I had been text messaging all these other women, you know? And I couldn't sleep with none of them, man. And she was like, what a loser, you know what I mean? It wasn't due to lack of effort, you know what I mean? I feel like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, you know what I mean? It's devastating, man, it's devastating. I got some roommates, my roommates are cops. How we feel about law enforcement, y'all? How we feel about law enforcement? Yeah. I feel like law enforcement is a lot like doing laundry, you know what I mean? It's necessary, you know? I feel like law enforcement, more specifically, is a lot like bleach, you know? Because it works really well with the whites, you know? But it fucks up the colors all the time. Makes the colors bleed. I don't know how to transition out of that, man. But with my roommates, you know, I decided to do my civic duty. I had two roommates that were cops, they were both black cops. And they would always tell me, they'd be like, man, you know, people won't rock with us because we're police, you know. It's a tough job to do. And I would always tell them, I would say, you know, as two black cops, when you go out there, you know, you guys do the best job that you can. If you make a mistake, just remember, don't beat yourselves up. It's a real dumb joke, isn't it? That's real stupid. But I did a 4-hour ride along with cops, right? The 4-hour ride along, I'm listening to the cops, they're talking about their stories, they're talking about their families and kids and just regular stuff. But one thing that kept coming up over and over again, a lot of cops, they kept talking about how they were all uncircumcised, you know? Yeah, it was real weird. They were all uncircumcised, right? You guys want to know why most cops are uncircumcised? It's because those bigs like wearing hoods, you know? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I did learn one interesting thing, though. They were talking about, you know, some of the, you know, regular cop stuff. They said that there's a thing that happens, and it's they said what happens when a cop shoots a white supremacist. You know, there's this thing that happens. So the cop shoots a white supremacist. I didn't know what that was. They said they call that suicide. Apparently, is what they call it. You know, But anyway, since I'm single now, all right? I'm single. My girl, she used to call me her chocolate muffin, you know? Yeah, you guys look like a muffin-eating group over here. You guys like muffins? I feel like everybody loves muffins, you know? Everybody loves muffins, you know? And when my girl left me, I thought maybe she called me her chocolate muffin because I would fall apart, you know, usually in between her cleavage, you know? But when she left me, I was devastated. I was like, how did someone leave their chocolate muffin? You know, how did you leave your chocolate muffin? And so one of my buddies decided to cheer me up. He took me to the Golden Corral. We got a Golden Corral around here? Yeah. The Golden Corral is fantastic, right? I went to the Golden Corral and they had, we went for breakfast, and I saw that they had fruits, they had French toast, they had all of this wonderful stuff. And then I realized muffins are great, and so there's a whole bunch of other shit around, you know what I mean? At that point, it's like, fuck the muffins, you know what I mean? I'll just get something else, you know? And then I was looking around, I saw that they had bacon, they had ham, they had all this other pork, sausage. And I was like, man, now I understand why my girl left me for a college. That is my time. I am so excited. Keep it going for the next time. The one, the only, Brady Bunch.